I would say my situation was just that basic everyday process of setting out applications, hoping to get a response back, messaging recruiters or even managers, but not really knowing how to, I guess, prepare my message where they would actually give me a response back. And it was, I would say, it's a difficult time because after I did leave UJA, I, relaxed for a couple months, try to get back into the market, and it was just super difficult. And, with all this news with tech layoffs and whatnot, I can see why it's a difficult space to be in. And funny, like I mentioned to you before, I saw you on TikTok and I did
Yeah.
join that. I think Samir had some type of not podcast, but he had an event where he was speaking and you were
Yeah.
there. No. So I was like, okay, maybe I'll take my shot at it. So, I was at a point where, there wasn't anything to lose. So I took a chance. I definitely believed in it, and getting that email response back from you, giving me some feedback on my introduction interview, I was like, okay, wow, some actual constructive feedback versus maybe you could do this a little better. And once I went through that process, I was like, wow, okay, now I'm accepted into this program. And it was not what I imagined, I would say for sure. I didn't realize how much information was there, different ways to navigate a conversation or even just interview in general. So, and then like I learned recently, just hyper personalizing those emails or those questions was definitely a game changer that, I didn't learn throughout my sales career, but I did learn through your program.
Yeah. And so, do you think that you'll be able to use some of the stuff that you learned? Obviously, we got you a job, but
Yeah.
also, do you feel like that you'll be able to use some of the stuff that we taught you later in your life?
Definitely. Definitely. I think just learning your methods, learning how to do that cold calling. I use that cold calling script that you had within the program for my second round interview. And, she was like, hey, I really like how you said that. Like I've never heard it play out that way. So she was like, I
Yeah.
gotta use that. And definitely something like that, even just those cold outreaches methods that you were teaching us,
Yeah.
definitely I can apply that to my career at ServiceTitan as well as future endeavors.
That's great. That's great to hear. So, what was your experience like working through our program?
I would definitely give it a 10 out of 10. It was definitely, I wouldn't say strict in a bad way, but at the end of the day, you wanted what was best for us. And like you mentioned to me, everyone has the same opportunity. And it's a matter of fact, if I want to take advantage of it or not. And with all this information you provided, and as well as mentorships and all those countless hours of, you setting aside time for us to do these calls to kind of see
Yeah.
what our situation's like, what we can do better. Definitely it was amazing. Never seen something like this. And like I mentioned earlier, I have someone that I want to refer, and I think that, this is something that can benefit him since he's been looking for a while. And sure enough, it happened to benefit me.
Yeah. So how did it benefit you?
Yeah, I would say, of course, getting that job,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah,
You
of
got
course,
you got a job offer. Yeah.
got a job offer. And, even speaking on that, I was so surprised how fast it came. You know, I would say the best part about this was getting fed those interviews, learning how to practice, getting that feedback from you as well as Aline on my interviews, seeing what I can do better, as well as, like I mentioned, the material, learning how to do those cold outreaches to these people, to these recruiters, managers, and then those questions. I've never had a question structure like that where these recruiters or managers are like, oh, that's actually a really great question. So, you know, taking in all that, I can definitely apply that to many cases of my life as well, professional and personal. And I think that's what definitely benefited me throughout this program.
Well, it wasn't just a one-way street. You also busted your ass. You worked really hard, and there were times where you at the beginning you weren't getting the result. You didn't get the offer right away. You had
Yeah,
to keep applying again and keep honing your answers, work to memorize, do all these things that you did. You did a lot of hard work, Austin, that I'm sure you should be. I think you are. You really proud of the hard work that you did to drive the results that you've gotten. So thank you so much for working with us, and we're always here if you want to reach out for help in future for anything or just advice or anything.
Yeah, I would love to keep in touch. And no, thank
Yeah,
you for the opportunity. Like I said, it was pretty much free game. If I want to invest in it, it was on me. And I'm just super glad I did. And you guys are just awesome over at Tech Sales Mentors. Just all that
that's great,
feedback,
man.
being personable with us, it was just or with me, it was a great experience. And like I mentioned, 10 out of 10 experience. I already recommended somebody to this program. I even offered it to a couple of my friends because
Yeah,
hey, the investment was worth it. I got a job,
yeah,
I'm here. So
that's great.